Here on a 2005 Civic. It's a two-door hatchback. It's getting the car ready for the winter. So I'm going to show you how to get your car ready so you wouldn't have any problem during the winter. The things that we can do to prevent you to have a problem in the winter, but there's stuff that out of our control that you cannot fix. Like you cannot say if your computer is gonna go, or if your alternator is gonna go, or your pump is gonna do. Those are out of our control, but we're gonna fix things that we can prevent you from having. That I see most of the time, 90% in the winter, that you have, that people come for basically tune up. They have to tow the car because they didn't change the spark plug. They didn't do change the wire, check the battery system, and there's lot of stuff that you could avoid at towing. Get your car towed in the minus 25, minus 30 degrees, because when you don't have a good spark plug, what's gonna happen? You go in your car, you try to start it, you didn't start on the first time you turn the key. The second time, what happened? You flood the engine and you cannot start the car anymore. That car will be stuck there. Okay, your only choice is to tow it, and the reason for that, you didn't do a tune-up. Very important, you do a tune-up, and because when you flood your engine in the winter, when it's cold, and flooding, if you don't know what flooding is, it's that when you keep cranking your engine and the car does not start, what you're doing, you're pumping gas in the cylinder. So your cylinder has been filling up with gas, okay? And the spark there is not strong enough because your spark plug is weak, so it's not giving you the full spark, okay? So it could ignite the gas, and now you have too much gas. The gas cannot ignite, so your car cannot start, okay? So we're gonna go and check the stuff that we need changing. We're gonna check the fluid, that stuff that we can do physically to prevent stuff like that. We're gonna check the oil. Alright, we're gonna check the air filter, because the air filter is very important for gas consumption, because this is just like your nose. So if you block your nose, you cannot breathe. So if the air filter is blocked, then the car itself cannot breathe. So what it does, it takes more gas. And if your plugs are not good, you cannot burn. So you keep pumping more gas, then it could ignite it, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead, set the camera so that you can see what I'm doing. Okay, so first what I'm gonna do, we're gonna check the air filter. See the condition of the air filter. For the Civic, the air filter is here. You can release this wire here. This part comes off. And the filter is here. Okay, look at this. Alright, you can see that this filter is very dirty. This car can hardly breathe. It's gonna take more gas. Okay? But this definitely have to change. Alright? So we know that this filter is no good. You have to change it. Alright? Put back the housing there. Air filter, I think you change once a year, I think. That's good. Then we have a next filter which called the Pollen Filter. That you should change every year, and depends on your driving condition. I recommend you change it twice a year, because whatever goes in the car, you breathe in it. So for example, this car, you can see it has poor maintenance right there just by checking the filter here. And I take out the pollen filter. Okay, the pollen filter is the filter that blocks all the dirt from entering in the car, so that you wouldn't breathe the dust or whatever leaf that come through. Okay, so that's what this filter does. Filter is in the car behind the glove compartment. Okay, so what happened? I'm gonna give you a fast rundown on how this one works. The car sucks the air from outside here, and it pulls it in. When you put it on a fresh air, when you open you have a control to bring the fresh air inside. So it's bring the air from outside, and the blower fan that blows the air is under here. Okay, so it's pulling the air through this filter. So the air cannot, the dirt and dust cannot go through the filter. So the clean air comes in, and that's what blows on your face and blows around in the car. So you see in here, you have dirt. It's been catching dirt for years and months, and you know it's not been clean. And this can prevent you from having your full blast of air, because when it's black, the air it's gonna be hard for the blower to suck air through this filter, because this filter is black. Okay, you can see that. Look at that. So you've been breathing in this air. That's why people here they're sick a lot, and they want to know why they're sick, what all kind of problems, you know, because all of this garbage you're breathing in. So it's very recommended you could change this twice a year. It's not expensive, $20 or 15, maybe $12 I think, for your, you know, to breathe in good air. Okay, look at that. And the next thing I recommend too is your every year you can deodorize your car inside. You have a deodorizer, because your AC system, you don't use it in the winter. You have condensation built up inside your heating system, and you can have molds built up inside there. That's why sometimes, like when you put on your AC, like in the summer, you can get a bad odor and stuff like that. So those are the bad smell you can have when your AC is not working and it's for months you don't use it. So the best thing for that, you can go to Canadian Tire, go to your dealer, and they sell a deodorizer. Okay, deodorizer is something that you're gonna spray through this vent. You're gonna open your car door or your window, and you're gonna turn your fan on inside the car, and you're gonna use the fresh air, bring the fresh air inside, and you spray it along this vent here, and it's gonna suck all the deodorizer. You're gonna suck it through the car, and you're gonna go through all the system, and it's gonna, if there's bacteria or whatever in there, it's gonna kill it. Just like you clean your washroom or something like that with germs, it's gonna kill the bacteria there, and you wouldn't have that odor anymore. All right. So that's one thing you can do every year, all right, or if summer, every time you're gonna start use back your AC or something like that. So we finished with the two filters. Remember, this one is in the dash and it's change it twice a year. It depends on your driving condition. Some people drive in more dirt, some people drive in more cleaner areas, stuff like that. All right. So now we're gonna check the fluid. Let's see what this is your radiator fluid. Never open this one when the car is hot. Always when the car is first thing in the morning, or when you leave your car to sit for more than 2 hours, then you can open it. Alright. So you can see here, we need to add water in here. It's missing water, antifreeze. Because now it's cold, don't put water, put antifreeze. Alright. I'm going to check. You have a next liquid you're going to check, your brake fluid. It's very important for stopping the car. This one is missing. Like I said, this car was poorly maintained, so I can see right away, just by the filter, I can tell, you know. This is your dipstick for your engine oil. Alright. The oil level is good. The oil look not too bad. It's look okay. And it's at the right level. At least that one is good. And the transmission oil, because this is automatic. But Honda car, when you're gonna check the transmission oil, you don't run the car like the other domestic car, GM, Ford, and Chrysler stuff. You need to run the engine and check the level at the same time. But with the Honda, you don't need to run the engine. The engine needs to be off. Alright? You pull out your dipstick and check the oil is at the, and clean it. You clean it for the first time, you pull it out, you clean it, you put it back. And then, yeah, it's missing like half a liter oil. And I think it needs changing too, because it's kind of brown. It's supposed to be a red color, but it's right now it's brown, so the transmission oil needs changing. And it's very important you change your transmission oil, because just like you change your engine oil to lengthen the life of your engine, you need to change your transmission oil to lengthen the life of your transmission too. But transmission, you change it maybe every 40,000 or 80,000, depends, recommended by the dealer, but you need to change it in some time. Alright? Then we're gonna go check your power steering fluid. The level is good. Well, this is the windshield washer. So you know about this one here, when you always, this most cars give you a warning that when you have low fluid, ventral fluid, so you know it's to top it up. So you already know that, right? That's to clean the window when there's a storm or a snow. It's always slush on the window. All right. So the next thing that we're gonna be checking now, which is the main thing here, is your spark plug. All right. So we're going to take out one plug. I'm going to take out the number one plug because the number one plug is the main plug because it's always fire the 11342. So it's always the one that has the most work in there. So we're going to take the number one plug and check it out. So you remove the 10 screw. I'm going to remove the electric connection here. So this is the coil, alright. Most time you have problem with this, your engine gonna be shaking. And first thing you have misfire, the first thing you're gonna do, multiple misfire, random misfire, or it might tell you a specific cylinder. So you go check the spark plug. If the spark plug is good, then this is the problem here. But it's different scenario, okay? Just not one thing, there could be different thing. Could be you have power on your circuit, or you know, there's number one stuff you can check that. Okay, so I'm gonna go and remove the plug. Just remember, your plug, it don't spark, then you're gonna need a tow truck to tow your car to the garage. Alright? So you're gonna pay an extra towing and you still have to fix the problem. So which one you prefer, fix the problem or pay a towing and fix the problem? It's your choice. Alright, so now I'm gonna take out this plug now. So visually looking at this plug, it's not too bad. But I would recommend changing it because I can see some arcing. Most time when you see the plug, the arc here, the electrode here seem good, and I can see the gap between the plug and the tip here is seem okay. And I can see, you know, some arcing here. So that's what happens when the plugs are no good, they arc out. So the tip of the plug electrode, you don't get enough, the spark enough because it's arcing out. And that's going to give you a misfire, or multiple misfire, random misfire. So in that case, what you do, you change the spark plug first and see if that fixed the problem. If that didn't fix the problem, then you will have to change the coil for corresponding cylinder. And the old-fashioned way that we check this here, because sometimes the computer don't tell you exactly what cylinder making the problem, so you could release the bolt. Alright, you release this bolt with the connector on. You don't disconnect this when the engine is running, just release this bolt, and you can always lift this up and you can tell if the engine responds. When you lift this up, and if this is working, your engine is going to respond, it's going to drop because it's missing the power from this coil, right? But if you lift it out and the engine run the same way as it's running, then you know that this coil is not sending power, so you know the coil is good. So you test the 4 of them just like that, and that could tell you that which individual coil is not working. Alright, so that's one thing. So with the back, now the next step, the next thing you're gonna have a problem with is your battery. Alright, now for me, like a lot of people don't have or don't know to use a multimeter. But if you want to know if you have a good battery, where you can do a battery drain, you can put your light on, put the headlight on for like 5 minutes, you time it 5 minutes. Then you go back in the car, shut off the headlight and start the car, your car should start. Now if your car didn't start, recommend that you change the battery. Because in the winter, the battery cell, the electrodes, they kind of cold, just like us we cold, and you kind of recover these guys. When you see they die, there's nothing you can do but to change your battery. And it's very important you have a good battery in the winter. So if you 5 minutes you test it and your battery you still can start the car, that means it's holding the charge, right? Because if the battery is not holding the charge, as soon as they put your headlight on, what's happening is gonna do a fast drain. It's gonna drain it fast, and then it cannot start the car. And very important for the battery, make sure that your cable is not moving. Make sure they are very tight. Very important for that for two reasons. You have a good contact, and your alternator will charge the battery a normal way. If you're one of these loose, then what happens? You could damage your alternator, because the alternator, the regulator, is confused because driving is hitting, is shorting out, and it's not stable. So your alternator could overcharge the battery, could send wrong signal to the computer, and it could be charging all the time. Then you can have an overcharging problem. And what happens? You're gonna burn out your alternator because it's constantly working, right? Because alternator is not supposed to constantly working. It just works to charge up the battery. When the battery is fully charged, it shuts off. And then when the battery volt drop to a next level, the computer will turn on back, because you have something to regulate the power that we call a regulator. Alright? So make sure all your power in the battery, make sure all the connection is good, the positive, negative. You're gonna open it, clean it. And the next thing to, when your battery is not clean, you can even have an overcharging problem, because then your alternator is keep charging because it's not getting the good ground back, or it's not getting the positive. It's not going there. Maybe a weak positive going back to your alternator. So a dirty battery cable could give you a lot of problem with your charging system. So that is the number one problem. Make sure you have a good clean connection. All this has to be clean. I have to clean all of these here to make sure that it's going to be running good, so she wouldn't have a problem. Alright, so these are the things that you have control of with your car, that you can do to keep your car running in the winter without any problem. But there's problem that we cannot say that gonna happen. I cannot tell you a gas pump is gonna broke. I cannot say a computer is gonna malfunction. That's you have to leave that for the for only God could tell you that. Okay, so the thing that we can prevent, that's the only thing that we can do. Because sometimes people say the car is good to go to Toronto, the car is good to go to New York. We don't know that. All right, so that's why I don't tell people. I say yes, it's good to drive it here. It's good to go anywhere, but I cannot tell you what's the next thing gonna go, because you have so many electronics on the car. You don't know which one could go at any time and cause you to have an issue. All right, but these are the things that we can prevent, that we can see and we can prevent to get you through the winter. So I hope this video helped you to tune up your car and have a trouble-free winter, or a trouble-free summer driving anywhere. Alright, so subscribe to my channel for more videos like this, and have a good day. Bye.